Hey guys, what's going on? In this video today, we're going to be talking about fake casting the hunt. So, what is the hunt? If you're Night Fae and a Demon Hunter, your Covenant ability is called the hunt. It's your big damaging ability. Hits for like 10,000, and oftentimes if you fake cast it, you can get your enemies cooldowns, their defensive cooldowns. So like an example would be like a hunter's turtle, their feign death. You can get a warrior's die by sword, which is their 100% parry. You can get a bop. You can get what else? Just different cooldown. Their defensive cooldowns of whoever you're fighting, right? So all you have to do in order to fake cast it, there's two ways to do it, right? You can either just press the whatever key bind you have it to, right? You can press it, and then you can cancel it, right? By pressing your escape key, and that stops the cast. That's for any class, right? Because the hunt, you have to cast it, and it can't be kicked. You can get stunned, but that's one way to do it. An easier way to do it is just to make a fake a stop casting macro. So how does that work? You go to your game menu, go to macros. I'm just going to explain this as if you're new to the game. So you can create a macro here. Macros can be made for you just to make your life easier in the game, right? You can make targeting macros, you can make cast sequence macros, there's different things. But in PvP, something that can help out a lot is making a stop casting macro. I can make a video on stop casting macros, but for now we're just going to be talking about the hunt. So the way you want to write out the macro, you want to do a / cast space the space hunt, and then press enter, and right underneath it you can do / stop casting, and you'll drag it over onto your bar, whatever keybind you have for hunt, right? And it'll work just like this. So you don't have to press your escape key. You can just press, like for me, I have hunt bound to 6, right? So here's my target. I'm at the training dummy, and I can press 6, and then I'm going to press it again. So I press it 2 times. One to get the cast to start, and a second time to stop the cast. So it'll look just like this. Just like that. And if you're going up against a demon hunter and you see the hunt animation, which I'll zoom in, you can see it a little bit better. So it's literally this. Right? They'll see that. Most people know what the hunt is at this point in the expansion, so if they see that, most likely they're gonna pop a defensive cooldown, or they're not. Depends. I mean, if you're going up against the same people and they more or less know how you play, right, then they'll know when to pop their defensive or not. The way I like to do it is I already do enough damage as it is, especially when I get my Chaos Theory proc, right? I can probably get someone to about, I don't know, let's say 50% or so, and I'll put them in a stun, and in the stun, while they're sitting at 50%, I can fake cast hunt, right? Or I can just let it go off, right? I mean, either or works. So I can do it like this, and that's pretty much it. Depending how long you want it to go on for, I mean, that just comes down to preference, and your latency as well. I mean, if you really want to get hyper technical about it, because if you play with a high MS, right, which is your latency, then you might want to cancel it sooner, right? So that way by the time the game registers you stop casting it, right, then it's just like the time difference, right? So I mean, I feel like I play with decent latency, so I'll do it at about 3/4. I'll stop it. But something you might also want to remember too is, let's say you actually do want the hunt to go off, right? And you only have one keybind for hunt. Don't spam it. I like to spam my buttons, you know, just how I play. So sometimes you might not get the kill, right? Because that extra hit or that 1/10 of a second or whatever, you just don't get the hunt off. But otherwise, I mean, in that situation I was talking about just a few seconds ago, where they're at about 50% in a full stun, and you fake cast the hunt, right? Let's say you're on a healer, you can potentially get their trinket, right? What that means is, well, they're in a stun, they use their trinket, and you can get them on the next go, right? So it's a nice way to get trinkets as well. You can even get maybe a paladin bubble. There's just different. It's like a game of chicken. I mean, if you're familiar with that, you know, it's like you're just taunting your enemy, and you're poking fun at them, right? Just kind of like, I can hunt, right? And I either do or do not get it off. But I've even gotten, if you're going up against like a night elf, you can get their shadow meld too. Back to warriors too, you can get spell reflect. What else? There's a lot. You can get shaman's grounding totem. There's a handful of defensive cooldowns that you can get. You can get maybe even like an evasion from a rogue, a cloak of shadows from a rogue. You can get a paladin's eye for eye. You can get their shield of vengeance. And once you're able to get down, your ability to get your enemy to pop their defensive cooldowns, then you have your mobility, right, as a demon hunter. So you're able to, you can kite them around, and you're just trying to get them to get their defensive abilities, and you just kite them around, and they don't have any defensives left, and yeah, you just kill them there, and then that's when you get your hunt off and you win. So that's all I got for fake casting the hunt. So just to summarize what we did, we made a macro, right? Went to macros. We made a stop casting macro for the hunt. So /cast space the hunt, right? Which is the exact name of the ability as you would find it in your spellbook. Press enter. Your second line / stop casting. And that's it. You can make stop casting macros for a lot of different spells. If you play a caster already, so mage, shadow priest, warlock, you might already have some for like fears and sheeps. But otherwise, this is one way to utilize a stop casting macro, and you can go fishing and farming for your enemy's defensive cooldowns. So it'll look just like this. Yep, and that's it. So that's the video on fake casting the hunt, and hopefully you're enjoying Demon Hunter in 9.1, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, give me a subscribe on YouTube, and follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv /junkinmyhouse. I stream every day, and I'll see you guys there. Later.